Welcome to Voices of Reality. We are back with another episode, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, episode 11. Yes, and thank you guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, the share button, and the alert button. Support, support, support. But we're going to jump right into it. Okay, let's unpack this episode. And the first scene starts out with Kyle and Jamie Lee Curtis, the charity luncheon.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, in previous episodes, well, not episodes, seasons, I've seen Kyle talk about with this charity, which is for children in the hospital. So I thought it was nice, and I like Jamie Lee Curtis, so it was nice to see one of Kyle's celebrity friends.
I love Jamie Lee Curtis because I watched her on Halloween. Like it was like my really scary movie for me. So I definitely love Jamie Lee Curtis from then, and that's one of my favorite horror films. So it was nice seeing her from when I was like a kid. So and it's good to see like she was doing charity. You know, Dorit once again sucking ass when she was like bringing out the candle, the wind chimes, everything she's bringing out. Dorit's like, oh my God. Oh, like it was just like, come on now, calm down, stop. And it was okay. I mean, I guess it was for money, so they know what they're doing. Jamie Lee Curtis knew what she was doing. She's raising money for a charity.
Yeah, it was basic items you could pick up at a 99-cent store.
Exactly.
So I was like, what? I forgot what word Dory kept using every time she showed her something. Chic or some word.
Yes, it was chic. Like, yes. Oh my God.
Like,
That's so chic. It's so like, I guess, you know, you want to make her feel good. It was like a candle, wind chimes, like, stop.
It was overkill, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think so Dorit and not Dorit, Diana and Sutton. It seems like Diana still was holding a grudge because it was like she didn't want to be seated next to Sutton. And they separated their chairs, but I mean, when
no,
Jamie
it was Sutton. Sutton didn't want to sit next to Diana.
Oh, it was Sutton? Okay.
It was Sutton. Sutton was like, oh, really, Kyle? It was Sutton who didn't want to sit next to Diana.
Oh, yes. But it's just like Diana, I don't know, after Jamie Lee Curtis left, it was like Dorit and Diana started talking. And I don't know, Diana just won't let go of that grudge that she has. And it's just like everyone just seems to be catering to Diana. And I don't understand why. She said Diana basically went on and said that she's repulsed by Sutton. What else did she say? She had to scrub herself after that whole meeting, that whole interaction, not meeting at Garcelle's birthday party. And I just don't get why she hates Sutton so much. I don't understand it.
I don't like Diana. I don't like her face. I don't like the fact that she's always licking her lips because I guess the lip injections are bothering her. I don't like her at all. And do you see the memes they have her like every time? I'm like, what is she supposed? I don't like her. I'm Team Sutton because I do like Sutton. She's quirky. I like her friendship with Garcelle. I think she's been showing that she's a loyal friend, at least to Garcelle. She needs to get over it. And if she doesn't like Sutton, just keep your mouth shut about it. Like, it's at a point where now Sutton is your storyline.
Yeah, so while they were sitting at the table with Jamie Lee Curtis and I guess Sheree's eyelash started to lift. So then she goes and she asks Sutton, can she fix the eyelash? And then Sheree brought out the glue and Dorit basically like glued her eyes shut.
Sutton glued her eyes shut.
Oh yes, Sutton glued her eyes shut.
I was wanting to say, where did do that at? Like, who let somebody else put eyelashes on them? Like, there's glue. It's your freaking eyes.
No,
like,
I would. No, I've done it. Like everybody gets their eyelash applied by somebody. I mean,
like
yeah, I do it.
Professional, not Sutton. Like, I don't trust Sutton at all. I mean, if I had to pick someone to put my eyelashes on, it would be Erika and maybe Dorit.
Yeah, they did say that.
Flashes up, but I've had people put my eyelashes on maybe 2 times in my entire life. I put these on myself because I don't want anybody close to my eyes with glue and everything. Unless you are a professional makeup artist, don't come near me. And Sutton of all people.
Yeah, Sutton, no, I would not have had Sutton. But I think the problem was based on the after show and Sutton kind of elaborating on it. It was basically that the tube of glue, it was a tube and it wasn't a brush. So I get it. That's why a big clump came out at one time. It just rushed out of the tube. So,
exactly. That lets you know Sun doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't even been playing around with no tube. I would have been like, "Where's the brush at?" Or give me a Q-tip, something.
Exactly. I would not have played with. I didn't know exactly what she's talking about. First of all, those tubes you have to put it on the eyelash and then stick it on your eye. Not when the eyelash is on your eye. I've tried putting on the eyelashes and I realized, oh my God, something's off. I literally had to take it back on, put the glue on, and then put it on. So I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, really?
But I think they wanted a quick fix. It's like, because if it's lifting, it's like I've done it before where it's like you don't want to take the whole eyelash off if only the corner is lifting.
Yeah, but I would do it myself. I wouldn't let somebody else do it.
I wouldn't let Sutton do it.
Somebody put any glue next to my eye. So, Cherie, that was your dumb ass for doing that, because who let somebody? I don't even know you that well. I don't even know if you really even like me. This is your way to get revenge. And when you get that glue in your eye,
I wouldn't even.
That happened to me. I was going out. I had glue in my eye to where I could not go out because my eye was so red and irritated. I thought I had to go to the doctor the next day. But they should not even put that on TV. It just showed me how dumb both of them were.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then they move into the living room. And as we were saying, Sheree's son and Dorit talk. They're sitting on the couch, and it was basically like Dorit asks Sutton about the meeting. Sheree kind of like says, I just don't like how they just be going. They never ask the real culprit bully these questions. It's like Sheree's already feeding into it. Why are you always in trouble, Sutton? Like, I just don't like that. Like, why are you like, ask Diana, like, why did she come at, like, Diana was just nasty. And that was at Garcelle's party. Like, it was nasty the way she treated Sutton. It was nasty. And I just didn't like Sheree asking those loaded questions as if Sutton is to blame.
Well, Sheree, my whole opinion about it is mind your business. You're not part of the cast.
She's trying to be, though.
You're trying to be part of the cast, which I understand. You are a friend of the show, which is Garcelle's friend. Mind your business because you're trying to get a peach.
Exactly.
But right now, mind your business. I think with the whole Diana and Sutton thing, they just need to move on. Let her go. Stop talking about. Stop asking her questions. Stop. Let it go already. Diana doesn't really have a story. I mean, when you look at, a lot of them don't have storylines. And
they're trying.
At this point, what would we consider a storyline? Because a lot of times, any show we watch, like, oh, they don't have a storyline. They don't have any storyline. It's not having storylines. When I think about it, you're not interesting.
Yeah.
Because not everyone's always going to have something exciting happen in their lives. You're just not entertaining enough or interesting enough that we want to watch you.
Exactly.
Diana came off being more entertaining because she has such a lavish life.
Yeah.
So it started out like, oh, we want to see the lavish life and the glamour and the top notch of Beverly Hills. But her personality sucks. And what we're seeing is like, we could see that when Lisa Vanderpump was there. We could see it in Dorit's house. We could see it when, what's her name? Kyle. So that whole glamour thing only lasted the first 2 episodes when she had people fix her room before she actually land and get to those hotels. But I think we've passed that now. And maybe she needs to tap more into showing her life with her husband. That looks very questionable to me.
Diana's husband?
Yes. I'm sorry, that man to me is gay.
I didn't get gay vibes. I gotta look again. I didn't get gay vibes. I got young vibes. Like, he's young.
He is. Nah. his voice, his demeanor. Later on in the other episodes, the Christmas episode, he's very yeah.
I gotta
I
look
don't know.
again.
You gotta look. I didn't see much. He wasn't very masculine to me. Not that gay men can't be masculine. To me, if I didn't, if I just saw him and did not see her, I would think he was gay.
Really? Okay, I gotta take. I'm gonna circle back and look at that.
When he initially showed on the first scene, I didn't think so. But the Christmas episode, the outfit, the long hair, his voice, to
I didn't
me,
get it.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I would look at him a little bit closer. Like, is there something you need to tell me that I don't know about?
Mm-hmm.
Are you with me for
Okay.
my money, but you're really on the DL? Comment below. Do you think Diana's husband gives off gay vibes? He does to me.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, too bad. He looks to me. I would think he was gay.
Yeah. I mean, it's an opinion, so it's like everyone has one. Nothing's wrong. If he's gay, he's gay. If he's not, he's not. There's a lot of married gay men married to women, so it happens.
You said a lot of gay men who's married to women.
Yeah. Until we find out later on.
Like, exactly. That was like, wait, there has to be more to what you're saying.
Yes.
But, maybe that's her type, but I was just saying he was questionable. I honestly, when I saw the other episodes, I wasn't sure that was actually the husband. I was like, oh, that's her gay assistant. And then
I didn't realize that was her husband either. And so, like, to me, he looks young. Like, he looks younger than her. I didn't realize that was her husband at first. Like, is that the daughter's husband? Like, I didn't know who that was.
That's her husband.
Yeah, when so the next scene was Crystal talking about her eating disorder to the ladies.
She was talking to Kyle and Diana about having an eating disorder. And they brought it up to her based on a comment she made on social media about her body images. And I felt bad when she started talking about it. I was like, wow, you know, she's really going through something that is serious. That I mean, I can't relate. I've never had haven't had any eating disorders. As women, we always go through our own body images, what we like, what we don't like, but I've never went through what she's going through. But my first thought was like, why aren't you seeking help for this?
Yeah.
You're going on national television and you're posting it on social media that you're struggling with an eating disorder, but you're not seeking help. Why not? Do you want to stay in this state? I mean, you have your husband, your kids, your daughter, and boys have this too. You're setting an example for. Why aren't you getting help?
Well, I think a lot of other people, based on the comments that I was reading, and like you said, I never had an eating disorder either. But I think based on the comments that they were saying that she's crying out for help. Like, it is a shame that maybe her husband, but it's like you got to get help when you're ready to get help, and you kind of like, you know, crying out for it by posting a picture, talking about it, telling people about it. But sometimes you just don't have enough strength to go get the help.
So when Crystal started last season, that was something she opened up about. It was not now we're finding out that she has an eating disorder. She mentioned she struggles with having an eating disorder. And it seems like last season, she wasn't battling it. It was more like, oh, I've had an eating disorder. I'm taking it day by day. I'm trying to deal with it. Now, all of a sudden, it seems like she reverted back to having this eating disorder. Again, I don't know much about an eating disorder. But again, you have a husband. He saw the post. Like, if you have a husband that's involved in your life, why isn't he stepping up like, Crystal, you need help? I'm getting you that help that you need.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's getting help. It's not working. She could be in counseling, therapy, and everything else. Is just not, that help is not working.
I don't think she is, because she said in the next episode that she's never gotten help.
She's never gotten help. Okay, I didn't even know that. I don't remember.
She said that later on. And when Erika was like questioning her, she said she didn't get help yet.
Okay, so never getting help with something this serious. People die from this. Now you're on television, which is giving her, I guess, more pressure now because you see yourself on TV. people are there negative, making negative comments. Oh yeah, look at Crystal. You know, people always do that on social media.
Yeah.
So her body image now is probably even at its lowest. You can't get the help, but you got a man, you married. Why isn't he doing something?
And you got money.
Where's family? Where's the brother she showed? I mean, I think he lives in a different country, but where's her? Is her mom around? Is her husband? Like, if I'm on national TV talking about I having the eating disorder, I'm telling you, my boyfriend, who's not even my husband, will be stepping in.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know why, because she seemed like she's crying out for help. And, you know, people need to step up and help her. Like, you know, say something, do something, speak to her husband. Like, if it were me, I would call up her husband as her friend. I'm going to call up, like, what are we going to do about this? Like, come on. This is my friend. Like, I want to help. And I want you to help me help her, or we help each other help her. So I would absolutely.
Again, with eating disorder, I know it's people easily hide it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, she's binging, she throws up, she does it when her husband's around. So I don't know how much of what's happening he knows, how severe he knows. Maybe he doesn't even notice she's losing weight. And to be honest, she's married to a white man. Sorry to say, the skinnier she is, he's probably like, "Oh, baby, you look great. You're size 2."
I know. She's getting, like, you know,
thin. For him, that's attractive. He's not gonna think she has an eating disorder. He might not catch that she's lost so much weight and her bones are showing. I mean, when I look at Crystal, I don't see her looking extremely thin like Sutton. Sutton is like the skinniest on the show. So when I look at Crystal, I don't see eating disorder. And again, you don't have to be extra skinny to be anorexic.
Yeah.
But I would never have known she had any eating disorder. She's a beautiful, attractive woman. I wouldn't know she had even self and body image issues. So with that being said, her husband needs to step up if she can't get the help for herself.
Exactly. But I hope she does, because I do like Crystal. So I hope she does get the help that she needs, because she seemed to be crying out for help.
I like her too.
Yeah. So they all come together in the living room, and now Diana's talking about, you know, the Mexico trip and how, you know, to me, it seemed like she was giving reasons as to why she was such a bitch. And she was basically saying that she went to Mexico right after the miscarriage. So they didn't know she had the miscarriage at that time. She was explaining, yes, I did. And I was bleeding profusely the whole time. And that, you know, she was just basically giving reasons as to why, you know, her hormones were raging and all kind of stuff. So, and,
to that, okay.
Yeah, then Sutton apologized again and was basically like, you know, and to me, it sounds sincere. Like, when Sutton did apologize to her, and the way Diana responded, it was basically like, okay, like, it's almost like, to me, it seemed like Diana accepted it. This was like the first time where it was like a breakthrough.
I mean, it was good to hear Diana's side of the story, and that she came out to the ladies to be like, look, I was going through some emotional trauma. So this is why I acted the way that I acted, that I'm not really a bitch. This is why. But later on, after the miscarriage, after the trip, after Garcelle's party, after Mexico, she had dinner with Sutton, and she was still a bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't like about Sutton, and why she keeps being a target. Like, yeah, like, it just seemed like she keeps taking, like, whole responsibilities for, like, everything. Like, no one's saying sorry to Sutton. No one is apologizing to Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton's a pushover. I mean, I feel Sutton stands up for herself, but nobody really gives her that much respect.
I know, and it just seems like, even during this segment, it was like she's basically was like, it was almost like she said, like 95% her fault. Like, it was not, but it's fine, 95%, but no one even apologized. Kyle really didn't apologize. It's almost like she sort of gave a little apology and was giving excuses to why about the miscarriage thing. Like, no one, like, Diana owes Sutton an apology too for the way she was reacting. Like, it was just, her reaction was way over the top. I get it. She felt offended by Sutton questioning the bed rest, but for her to be so mean and vicious at Garcelle's party, and tell her, making fun of her, making fun of the miscarriage, responding in such a way. Like, to me, it was just like she was mocking her. And I just think that was deserving of an apology.
Yeah, but they didn't apologize to Sutton, and
Of
she
course
didn't
not.
ask one. So I mean, if you look at everyone in the group, Sutton is the weakest link, and Crystal.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why they're gonna keep getting nitpicked at and stuff like that. No one's gonna apologize to them, and they're gonna be like just easy targets.
But I feel Sun stands up for herself, though, more so than Crystal. I do feel like Sun does stand up for herself, but they just disregard, like, whatever, Sun, and say whatever they want to her.
I think she sort of stands up, but I just think she kind of falls short. Like, I just don't think it's a steady stance. Like, I just feel like it's like a little wobbly. Like, she doesn't like, she ends up apologizing and kind of like, I would just stand firm on my beliefs, just like with the whole thing with the charity event with Rena and the tickets. Like, to me, like, she's having Garcelle's back, like the rest of them have each other's back. And she was making a point, but we'll get to that in the next episode. But my point with that, even from then, is that why is Sutton like apologizing to these women when what she said was right? Like, she did buy the ticket. She did buy the ticket.
I think with Sun, she gives in. Like, all right, let me just apologize and they'll be my friend. She gives in to keep peace. Like, all right, let me just say I'm sorry, and then hopefully everyone will just move on from it. She's a flip flopper with her own stance.
Yeah, exactly.
I stand firm. They sway her into believing she was wrong, and then she agrees. That's what they do. Like, oh, I feel I was right, but no, you're wrong. They kind of like not brainwash her, but make her second guess what she did was right or wrong. Yeah. So, and then she falls for it.
And they go so hard on her. Like, Kyle is sitting there like literally shaking Sutton at Garcelle's party and telling her, don't say that. You're saying that she's the devil or whatever Sutton said to Diana at that point. But she's not saying nothing to Diana to tell her, like, stop it. Why are you mocking her? Why are you like, and yeah, Kyle gives off the excuse, yeah, I was drunk. I had too much to drink. But even in your drunken moment, you still didn't even hold Diana accountable for her actions, only Sutton. So that says a lot to me. And it's just like, I just feel like Sutton just has to take a firm stance with these ladies. Like, don't falter, don't sway, stand firm, stand strong on your words and your stance.
True.
So the next scene was Rena and Erika talking about Tom Girardi.
Rena
and the divorce. He calls her, his memory is bad. I just don't believe anything she says. To me, I just feel like these are all plays up to, like, court and, her trying to make it seem like, oh, Tom is so, like, he's so, like, on his deathbed. He can't remember anything. Like, his memory is gone. His money's gone. Like, I just feel like I don't believe anything she's saying.
Well, she didn't say anything new. She said that's the same thing she keeps saying about him.
But I feel like she's just making, like, that's just like letting everybody know his memory is bad. He doesn't remember anything he did, So to me, it's just like, whatever.
I mean, it's possible that he has what is it called? Dementia, whatever else. But again, she's not saying anything new. She's not giving more information. She's constantly repeating the same thing over and over. I'm tired of the whole Erika story too. She's not giving any more, and she's smart. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's making sure she's repeating the same thing, and her story does not change.
Exactly. And she wants to have pity. I believe that that's like a pity. She wants people to have pity on Tom Girardi because he cannot remember the wrong that he did to these victims.
And he's so fearful now, and he's close to dying, and woe is he, whatever. He was a rich man that took advantage of people that were burn victims, not even people, victims. So who cares?
Yeah.
He's having a hard time remembering, and his health is not the best. That's what he gets. That's karma.
Yeah, and it's obviously not working for Erika with her little storyline because they served her with a $50 million lawsuit. So
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so she's in it. It seemed like the other housewives are mentioned in it. So I don't know. They not letting up off her. And she spent some of that money. Like, come on now. You relished and like enjoyed these like ill-gotten gains. So stop, girl.
Where the hell
She's
is
getting what huh?
where she gonna get $50 million from?
I think whatever money she gets, they're gonna attach it. Like I don't think she has it, but I think if she has any potential, she's gonna have to hide the money. Like she's not gonna whatever she has, they're gonna make sure that it's theirs. If she makes any money with the housewives' money, they're going to like want their money. So she's just gonna have to get a legal team. Like all the money, I just think they're making her pay for it. Because even if they don't, like even if she doesn't have the $50 million, she's gonna spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars like trying to fight these like legal battles since who knows how long. So she's still gonna come out her pockets. It ain't gonna be pretty.
I mean, do you feel bad for Erika?
Absolutely not. I think she's and I feel like the same way Garcelle feels. It's like I don't believe a lot of stuff that she's saying. I think she's covering it up because she knows a lot of that money was not like was ill gotten gains like from these lawsuits. I just believe that, she's hiding it. I think even if while she was in it, she was probably enjoying it like a lot of these rich wives do. They don't know where these men are getting their money. The men are signing off on the papers. Even if they have to sign something, they're not even looking at the documents. They just signing it blindly. So I do think even in that moment, let's give it to her. She might not have known. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But even after, when she found out, I feel like she's still scrambling to keep all of the, the diamonds, the luxuriousness. Like she's still like, he funneled money to her. They're trying to get some of that back to give to where it's supposed to be. And come on, diamond earrings. You can't let go of diamond earrings. Like that's not like these are like material things. It's not even food that's being taken out of your mouth. And she's fighting to keep it.
With Erika, where I fail to believe what she's saying is true is I didn't see any remorse or anger towards this man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if I was married with this man that I supposedly trust all those years and I found out he was doing that to victims, I wouldn't even want to talk to him on the phone.
Yeah. And
why are you still engaging and talking to this man on the phone that supposedly doesn't remember anything? He shouldn't even remember your number. How does he remember your number? How does he remember who you are, but he can't remember swindling money from people? Like, I don't understand.
And I think that's what I'm saying. That's another part of the reason why I don't feel bad for her. I just think she doesn't have no remorse. She's standing 10 toes down on the, alleged victims. They're not real victims. They might be lying. Like, I just think, and I just think she's lying about a lot of stuff to cover up the luxury that she got from this, the private jets and the glamour squad. Like, I think that she's trying to keep a lot of the money that she got from it that's probably hidden somewhere. And she doesn't want them to get it. She's fighting for those diamond earrings still. Even though they demanded for her to give them back, she appealed it. She's not trying to give those earrings back.
So I saw the documentary that they had of Tom Girardi, and Erika was on there, and those victims were on there, and it's very sad.
Yeah, it is.
So sad what he did to them. They won cases. There was one burn victim that was constantly calling him, asking for his check. Oh yeah, we're gonna send you a check. You never sent him the check. But these things were happening for years. I'm just wondering how come all this blew up now? Like how come now everything is coming out? Like one of the victims, this was years ago. He's been doing this to him.
But I think he was giving them little money here and there. Like, I think he wasn't giving them, like, some of them probably wanted a lump sum, and he was still, like, kind of, like,
we're waiting for it to come in.
Yeah. So, and I think he was dispersing payments to them. And then it became like, okay, I need more of my money. Why are you dispersing, like, in such small payments? And then I think the firm started, like, I think they started getting a lot of red flags. Like, beside the victims, I think something happened with the firm where it was like the firm, like he bankrupted the firm.
It was just terrible. It was seeing those stories and actually seeing the victims, not the alleged ones, the real victims. Yeah. It was sad. I was like, oh my God, this is what the man. I watched it because I was very curious to see who are these victims. And it was very sad to see that he did that to those people.
Yeah, and then I think a lot of it, to me, I feel like a lot of it had to do with Erika and him trying to keep her satisfied. And, I don't think she would have been with him if he did not have money. And I'm sure he knows that. I think a lot of people with money. I had a girlfriend that was like that, and she wasn't rich, but she had a lot of money, and she would a lot of guys would use her for the money that she had. And I remember asking her one day, like, do you think that if you didn't have money, like he would still be with you? And she was like, nope, I don't think he would. And it was like she still kept on like funding everything that these men wanted from her, because I just felt like her self-esteem, like she knew she wouldn't get these men without the money that she was giving. Like she knew, like, the way she looked and, her weight and stuff. So I just think she knew, like, these men were good looking men that she was dating, and they would not have looked her way if she was not funding their lifestyle. And I think it's sort of same lines with Tom Girardi. I don't think he would not have gotten to Erika if he did not have money. And I think he had to sustain that lifestyle. And he knows that these old men know, like, they're not going to get Anna Nicole Smith type woman when they like 90 years old, and, they're damn near like a century older than these women. And I think they know. And they just know, like, okay, they're going to do whatever they need to do to make themselves happy, whether it's sexual favors they're getting from these women or whatever. They're just going to pay for it for life. So, I mean, I think he did a lot of that swindling, lying, stealing from victims. I think a lot of it was to fund Erika's lifestyle and the Erika Jane lifestyle.
Yeah, she was probably very demanding too. She had a lot of shoes and glam team and private jets. She wanted that lifestyle, and he needed to keep up with it.
Yeah, and he had to do it. And I think she's to blame for a lot of that. Like, I don't think, he didn't need, I don't think she forced him to do it, but I just think when you are, when you get used to it and the man sees, like, it's making her happy, she's giving me better blowjobs or whatever. So it's just like, he's going to keep doing it when he sees, like, there's incentives for it.
Yeah, the expectations too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he buys her diamond ring. She's like, oh my God, my daddy. Yeah, he sees her reaction when he does these lavish stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She lying, though. But the next scene is with Kathy Hilton makes her debut reappearance on the Housewives.
I like Kathy.
I do too.
Quirky, but I also like her.
Yeah, her house is like beautiful. Like, she had it like a winter wonderland when Kyle was walking through it. It's like beautiful. So it's like they sat down, they ate a ton of like caviar and potatoes. Did you see it? Was you like
disgusting?
It was. I would not. I mean, I don't know. From what I hear, caviar is like tastes like delicious. Disgusting. My cousin has it a lot. He loves it.
Yeah,
and that didn't even look good, huh?
I said that's Kathy Hilton. That was a funny scene when Kyle was like, "This is the main course." It was funny.
That would have been me.
Cute scene.
I know it was, because it reminds me of like myself, like somebody that like almost Kyle seemed like a regular person, even though Kyle has money. It's like, Kyle, you don't eat caviar, but it just showed like their different lifestyles. Like Kathy is so like polished and caviar eating and potatoes, and it's like, and then Kyle is like, this cannot be the main course. Like, are you serious? Yeah. And then you could see Kathy was a little annoyed. Like, she was kind of like ignoring her. And then Kyle was like, did you hear me? And she's like, yeah, I heard you. Yeah.
And she piled up all that caviar and the potatoes. Like,
yeah, I would have threw up if somebody came next to me with that fork. Yeah,
so watching that episode, I'm like, what type of weather they have in Beverly Hills? Because Kyle had a winter sweater on. I'm like, isn't it hot over there? Like,
I think it does get cold, though. I think it gets a little chilly, especially it was during Christmas time. So I think it does get chilly because they wear fur sometimes.
The sweater she had on.
I think at night. Maybe it was at night. I don't know. I never went to, but I would think it still gets a little windy and chilly over there.
Chilly, I don't know. I don't know. Comment below if you live in Beverly Hills. Does it get chilly enough for a winter sweater that Kyle had on? That was the only thing I kept thinking. Even Kathy said to Kyle when she walked in, "You're not hot with that sweater." I was like, "Oh my God!" It was like high. I was like, "Oh, watching Kyle with it on me hot."
Yeah, but that was that scene. And then the next scene, so Diana, they start the Christmas party at Diana's house, And then Renna asked Erika, is she going to drink? To me, it was like, is Erika drinking again? Like, they really are asking her and really, kind of like enticing her to drink. Like, why?
They're asking her knowing she's gonna drink. But what I don't like and what's being promoted on the show, well, it is, to me, whatever you do on the show is some sort of promotion, is that you're taking medication, you're drinking, you know it's not supposed to go together. You know it's making you feel drunk. You know it's making you act a fool, but you're still doing it every episode.
Exactly. And then they give the little disclaimer, or they give like the help number for people that have eating disorders at the end of the episodes now. And they don't give like, what about substance abuse? Like, why are they not putting that at the end of the episodes? Especially mixing medications with alcohol.
Think they want to tie that into Erika, like she's a drunk. I think they're kind of like they don't want to tie that in with her being an alcoholic. But I think it's just poor representation. It's one thing if you're drinking and you're just drunk.
Mm-hmm.
But you're on medication. You're saying, oh, yeah, by the way, and she says this later on in other episodes, that the medication bottle warns you not to drink while taking it. But you're doing it every episode. That lets me know something's not right.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it's but what if I'm a teenager or something, or not even a teenager, the substance abuse user, and I'm like, oh, she's mixing her medication with anxiety and she's good. So I can do the same and come out good, and then you kill yourself. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Wrong promotion, representation, whatever she's doing. It's not setting a good example for you teenagers who are not watching this show. But again, I just don't understand. This is what I don't understand. Even with these shows, there's producers, there's so-called friends like Kyle, Dorit, and Renna. If I have a friend that I know is taking antidepressants and she's telling me that, oh, if I'm taking medication, I'm not supposed to be drinking, but every time we're together, she's drinking, I'm definitely going to voice my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think the production team should take some responsibility. You're the one that's providing alcohol, whatever it is. You know there's alcohol there. You know this woman is saying she's on meds. You know she's saying she shouldn't be drinking, but then you're filming her drinking all the time. Someone in the production be like, hey, Erika, look, we're doing this scene. You cannot drink on camera. You cannot drink around production. You're telling us you're medicated. This is what they need to be doing, but they're letting her drink. Yeah. They're letting her say she shouldn't be drinking on the medication. They're letting her act a fool, and no one's saying anything.
Exactly. This could be detrimental for people that are watching this and think it's okay.
Or even to her, and she's not even like, like you could see it's not a safe drunk, because later on she talks about she fell. It's just a mess to me. I honestly don't like that. I don't like it. It's different if she was drinking, having a good time on her own. But again, you're on medication. You know what that could do to you?
Yeah.
So it's like self-inflicting to me, because you know what it's doing to you. You're waking up the next day with your stomach hurting, with feeling like you want to throw up, with a headache. You're probably taking other medications to, get rid of whatever symptoms you have from drinking the night before. So it's just it's a whole mess. And the only person I feel that has sense in that group at this particular time is Garcelle.
Exactly. And she's the only one questioning it. They're too like tiptoeing around it. They scared. Like, it's like but the next episode, they are going to question it a little bit. But I just feel like Garcelle, they're saying what Garcelle has been saying. Like, and she actually confronted Erika about it. Like, what kind of friend are you if you're going to let your friend like do this and be like this? Like, especially when like mixing could be like, deadly. Stop. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of Lisa Rinna, but she seems like she's the only one that has balls.
Yeah.
Because I think she's the one that's eventually going to say something to Erika.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then Kathy shows up on the scene with the ladies at the Christmas party. I don't think nothing happened with her. Like, she just showed up at that point in time. Then Garcelle shows up.
I didn't like Garcelle's outfit. She looks like part of a Christmas tree. I didn't like that.
It was festive.
Too festive for me, but I didn't like that outfit.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah, I don't like fluffy stuff like that. Like, I don't like poofy like things like that. That's the
I
only thing I
didn't
didn't
like
like.
it. It looks like it's not confetti, but whatever you take, you throw on the Christmas tree. I don't know what it's called. Some
Yeah,
people,
like those wraparound things. Like no, because those are like shorter. I know what you're
it's
talking
usually
about though.
things that's thrown on the Christmas tree.
Oh,
I
like a
didn't like the whole
stencil
outfit.
or whatever. I think it's
Or
a
the thing that
stencil.
wrap around the Christmas. I didn't like that outfit, but anyway, Crystal looked nice in the green. I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
I thought she looked nice.
And then it ends at the scene where I think Erica starts questioning Crystal about her eating disorder.
Well, I don't remember. Did Erica question or did Crystal just bring it up?
Oh yeah, Crystal did bring it up because there was food around her, and it did come up in the subject did come up about her eating disorder.
So yeah, Erica was drunk and she said things Crystal felt was offensive about her eating disorder. Like what she was saying, well, why don't you just take a laxative? Oh, it's better to poop it out than throw it out. She was drunk, so I mean, I guess social media is coming down on her because she's insensitive about the topic. But to me, she was drunk. What do you expect from a drug?
Yeah, and I kind of would question it too. Like if I've never had an eating disorder, like I would question it to see like is it like what makes it a disorder? Like what are you doing? Like I would want to learn like about it. Like why can't you do this? Like so people did say it was insensitive because it was like she has an eating disorder, it's something bad, and you're offering like more abuse, I guess.
Well,
Like,
more ways of her. They were saying her taking a laxative was probably something that could have probably been like something maybe Crystal wasn't thinking about. Like, oh yeah, I could throw up and take a laxative. Like, kind of giving her other ideas of ways that could be detrimental to her.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be thinking like that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be thinking like that either. I would be thinking too, like, why are you like that's disgusting to like I wouldn't say it like that because that would be offensive, like that's disgusting to throw up. I wouldn't say it like that, but to me, I would say like I wouldn't want it to come out that way. But if I want to cleanse out my system, I want to get food out, waste out, whatever. I don't know if I would take a laxative, but I would offer like, why don't you take a cleanse tea, like a 10-day cleanse? Like to me, I would be thinking like, why do you need to go drastically that way? Like, why can't you do a diet or stuff? So that's what I would be thinking. And I guess it could be taken as insensitive, but I don't know. I don't have a disorder. So I don't know what's like, what's harsh and what's not.
So on shows like this, if I was on it, I'd be offending and people all the time.
I know.
Because when you're in a show, you don't know what to say after you look back. Even here, we probably said something that offended a lot of people. But that is your opinion. I don't think when Erica was saying those things to Crystal, she was being sensitive, trying to be mean. Once she was drunk, and she was trying to learn in a way, kind of saying, well, why are you doing this? Have you tried that? I don't think it was such a big deal like everybody's making it seem. Now, towards the end, she did say something. I was like, oh, no, Erica.
She did. Like, she was going too far with the jokes. Yeah. Like, that's not something to joke about. Like, that was offensive.
That was wrong. But in the beginning, when she was questioning her about why she's doing this, has she seeked help and anything else, I don't feel that that was bad because that would be something I would probably say to her.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, I mean, that part is just that Erica just killed him when she made the joke at the end about the chicken tenders and stuff like that. But before that, I mean, I guess Garcelle and them, maybe they know more about eating disorder, but I think it's a teachable moment for Erica or whoever, us too, me too. Like me, I didn't know it's offensive to say like, why are you doing that? Like when you could do other things to cleanse out your system or whatever. And why do you feel like, how do you look at yourself? Like, do you see a fat girl? Like I would be asking these questions.
And then again, because I've known some, some grown up and I've known people who's probably bulimic, that being bulimic and that's throwing up and anorexic is when you starve yourself. But when you're bulimic and throwing up all the time, it runs your teeth. It gives you bad breath because you're kind of with all the acid of throwing up. So it gives people acid reflux. So I would have asked, like, I could have probably said something like, oh my God, does it make your breath stink? Like I would be the friend to the person to say something that probably would offend her. So when I don't know what to say, I stay quiet because I don't want to say anything that's going to offend a person. But again, when you have the cameras rolling, you don't realize, and she was drunk. So I think that part I didn't look at like, oh my God, Erika said that, because
Me neither.
but towards the end when she's like, oh no, you can't have that, when it was the chicken tenders, that's when
Yeah.
I was like, you going a little bit too far.
Now you're joking about like something that I confided in you, like, and I felt comfortable to tell you. You think it's a joke? Like I would have been, yeah.
That's when she went wrong. And Crystal
And
didn't
of
say
course,
nothing.
Crystal didn't say anything. She kept her mouth shut. I don't care if you're drunk or not. I would have checked that right on site, right there. Like, who are
Yeah.
you talking to? Like, you think this is a joke? You think this is funny? Like, I would have said something like that. But Crystal was like quiet and scared and like shocked.
And walked away and sat back down.
Didn't say a damn thing.
Yeah, and I wonder sometimes, like, if she had spoken up against Erica, how would this group have reacted? Would they be Team Crystal, or they'd be like, Erica? Oh, why would say no? I think they would have been like, oh, she's drunk. She didn't mean it that way.
Of course.
They would have
Of
taken
course,
Erica's side.
Garcelle would have been the only one to speak up because Garcelle was offended because she was like, why would you talk about laxatives to someone who has an eating disorder? So Garcelle knew, so I think she would have had Crystal's back, but the bully team would have definitely had Erica's back as per usual.
Yeah. And that was the end of that episode. Crystal skirted away and sat down.
Yeah. To be continued. Because the party's going to continue in the next episode, the Christmas party.
Yeah. So thank you for watching our channel. Please continue to like our videos. Hopefully you subscribed already. If you haven't subscribed, please do so to see upcoming videos. Also share our videos with your other friends who watch Beverly Hills Housewives.
Yes.
And please continue to leave comments below because we will respond back. Let us know what you think of our videos. Let us know what you think about our opinions. Let us know what you think about the shows, the ladies. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
Bye.
Toodles.